Hello and welcome to everybody. I think Kelvin Gastelum didn't hit the scale. Alright, this was a massive aim miss. And to be honest, that's not what I expected. And all pixels thing, and I'm having a feeling this could be a really decent one. Yeah, really much of a decent thing, decent event. And yes, I plan to rest a bit. All pixels thing, that's all I've got to say. All pixels thing. New business. Which one? So, which is your new business? I was fixing my shoulder today, and it's, looking better. Pretty much looking better. You're back to Florida. Fuck, man, why are you getting back to Florida all the time? Florida has never been one of my choices. It has never been one of my choices, though. Uh, you're a risking God, fella. I would have never been. I would have never been that type of a guy. I don't know, man. Living risk is fine. Got nothing against it. But it's also difficult. Actually, it's pretty much difficult to. My dad hates risk, but I love it. I don't know what to say about my dad. My dad was working state job for like 40 years, but he was a part of that non-transition era. He was a part of that non-transition era, and he pulled through. He pulled through with that, but I don't know about back at his time. Taking risks was not good and not bad. He grew up in a different time. I don't know. He never told me anything about taking risks, yes or no, but I don't think he likes them either. I don't have any problems with like risks, etc. But I can just say no. If the business fails, I lose all my money. If it works, I get rich. That's why it's risky. That's what my bookie said, professional gambling. That's a professional gambling. My bookie says that way. My accountant is saying it's professional gambling. By the way, what do you think, Mason? Why Dagis think that I need professional help? Only because I don't believe in what they believe. But yeah, they are telling me that I need professional help. But it's true that they are pussies. I know that they are pussies. Victim crime pussies. Just saying. Uh, What's for this card? I released my bets in a video on Tuesday. On the pinned video, I released my bets. The truth is, I don't have many of them. Jean gonna put Diego away. I didn't have balls to bet on this fight. On that fight. Sorry, Mason. I really didn't have balls to bet on this fight. That fight is extremely risky to me. I didn't change any bets or picks or. I know Gaston didn't hit the scale. I know that, but I have Rob Font to win and Duško Todorovic to win from my bets. Yeah, extremely risky. Rob Font and Duško Todorovic only. I only have two bets. Very risky card. I usually have three, four, five, but on this last card I also had only two bets, I think. Both of them hit though, but I think I only had two. I had Hughes to win, and I think I had Imo to win. Don't need professional help. Jean is better. Sorry, Mason, I don't have balls to bet on that card. Yeah, he looks good, but I'm telling you, I didn't have balls to bet on Jean Silva versus Diego Lopes because Diego Lopes is the guy who really gave a hard time to Morsarev and who nearly defeated Morsarev on a short notice. Sorry, I can't underestimate that fellow. I really can't do it. Sorry. I don't have balls to bet on that fight. Maybe I should have bet, but I'm honest. I didn't have balls to bet on that fight. I know you wanted to hear that. I'm pretty much not good in lying, so that's the only one and only reason why I faded fight number one or the main fight of the night. By business, they give an estimated profit. It's not guaranteed. So it can be estimated profit or estimated minus, if I understood you well. Uh, well, to place my two grand. Canelo ML bet. Canelo. I actually think Crawford wins. I would go with over 8.5. I don't know, man. I think actually Crawford could get the job done, but good luck. Good luck, man. I think Martinez might win. Martinez can win too. He uses his leg kicks well, and if he survives Font's power. If he survives Font's jab to be more accurate. But yes, I think he can win. I know. This is betting anything is possible. I got Crawford too. I also think Crawford gonna win, but I don't bet on boxing unless City by the Bay sends me his knockdown props. I only bet on his knockdown props. 5 plus 0.5 knockdowns in the fight. But he was sending me those tips. I didn't make them. Actually, his tips are top tier. That guy City by the Bay. Sometimes he hops into this chat. TKO, I don't know. I don't know. I think that one goes the distance. I don't think Canelo gets knocked out. No, Mason, I'm not. I don't know how am I gonna survive this winter. I really don't know. I'm not. It's gonna be difficult winter, I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to collect money for the next 3 months. No, I love cold. No, 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 you don't understand. I love cold. Cold is the best weather. But about monetary aspect, I don't know how am I gonna survive the winter. Because I'm working this construction, but if it's a very hard winter, then I can't work. That's what I'm trying to explain. If the winter is very harsh, if it's very cold, I cannot work construction. No, construction, no. I can't do construction in the winter if it's very cold. If it's above 32 Fahrenheit, I can work. If it's under 32 Fahrenheit, no. Summer is not a problem. Autumn, like fall, spring, no, no. But winter is generally a problem because of money. But I love winter. I love when it's cold. I'll be honest, Mason, it ain't not gonna be easy for me. I'm always worried about winter, TBH. Just telling you, it ain't not gonna be easy. I ain't going to pretend it's gonna be easy. It ain't not gonna be easy. It's gonna be very, very difficult. Always those winter things. I know what to say. Need to grind through, and that's all I need to do. Crawford. If I must pick a side, Crawford. I have over 8.5 on that fight, but if I must pick a side, I want to pick Crawford. We'll see. I didn't bet on that fight. Too scary. Too scary for me. I don't know. We're going to see. Anything could happen in the upcoming week. Just saying. We're gonna find out that really, really soon. Guess we're gonna find out very soon. We're about to find out. You wanna be rich, you have to be really smart and really hardworking. You have to have both. I'd say so. Yes, I'd say so. Lopes decision. Anything can happen in that fight, Andre. I didn't bet that fight for a reason. Literally anything can happen in that fight. And I didn't bet that fight for a reason. Because I'm scared. Plenty of guys that are really smart, probably even smarter than me. They are just not willing to work 70 hours a week like me. 70 hours, man. Way to go. I sometimes work 40, sometimes 30, sometimes 50, but I work three jobs, so generally, guess it's around 60. Which prediction? I'm doing fine. Which prediction? For that fight, I think Silva wins or over 2.5. But I didn't bet on that fight, didn't have balls. Other office in San Francisco. I don't know, Mason. Must have been a very tough life. I have office in Belgrade, Serbia, but I live in Pančevo. It's like 12 miles. Two cities are like, it's only 12 miles between two cities. Any new doggy jokes? Didn't have any inspiration recently. I hope to record more of them soon. But I'm gonna tell you one funny thing. I don't know whether you've seen one Dagestani guy came to our gym and he trains with me, and he's laughing when he hears anti-doggy jokes. He's like, "Well, you are actually right." He's actually laughing. It's funny to him. Yes, I think Dushko wins. I had a bet on him. 7 days. No, really, he's laughing. That guy on my Instagram, he's really from Dagestan, professional MMA fighter. And when he saw anti-doggy jokes, he started laughing. I'm like, do you get angry? Or he's like, no, 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 your jokes are spot on. I'm like, how do you mean spot on? Well, 80% of people in Dagestan are like that. You are 100% spot on. No, no, I didn't. No, no, we train in the same gym. No. I train in Ahila MMA. He trains at Ahila MMA. That would make a fun interview. I don't know. I can ask him whether if he's willing to give an interview, then could be fun. How many fighters from Serbia are in the UFC? Todorovic, Rakic, Medic. Not sure there's anybody else. Nina Drama would be fun. I don't know Dushko in person, but they say he's a cool guy. Yes, Duško Todorović, Uroš Medić, Aleksandar Rakić are three names from Serbia that I know that are in the UFC. I'm loyal to the MMA guru, that's true. I'm extremely loyal to the MMA guru. MMA guru is a cool guy. MMA guru promised me that he will give me an interview if I win my professional debut. But he told me if you win professional debut, I'm willing to give you interview, and that's fine. Yes, he helped me a lot, yes. And if I win, that victory will be dedicated to the MMA guru. My first professional win will be dedicated to the MMA guru if I win. Yes, he paid for my medical bills. That is true. Yes, he did. Yes, he paid for my medical bills. That's true. Uh, I should have my professional debut in October, but political situation in Serbia escalated. And now I will have a professional debut in Croatia. A guy from Croatia called me. and found me similar opponent, like my opponent for the tournament in Serbia. He found me a very similar type of the opponent and asked me whether I'm willing to accept. And I asked my two coaches; they said yes. So that event also taking place in October, but he was unable to put me on that card. Next event is probably in November or December, and he told me I'm putting you and that guy on the next card. It's difficult life. I know. I already am in the pain all the time. This shoulder hurts like hell. My back hurt like hell. I got knee issues, but my shoulder, I was fixing it today. That's extremely difficult life. And you see, I already have some damage on my face. I don't know whether you can see this. This is from yesterday's training session. I have a damage on my face. I don't know whether you see this. This is actually from a punch. While we were doing ground and pound, I tried to sweep one guy and he punched me while I was trying to sweep him. So this is damage, but I got used to it. He is a cool guy actually, but when we fight, we fight. No, I didn't. No, I'm actually very busy with work and training, and that's why I'm not streaming too much lately. I go to work, then I go to a training session in the evening. I stream, and on weekends I do soccer refing. I ref soccer on weekends, so that's why I'm not how to say too much into some stuff. When I find time, why not? That is fun. I'm just saying, I would stream more, guys, but preparing for a professional debut is difficult, especially if you have to work. If I don't have to work, then I could train 2 times per day. I could dedicate myself to MMA, and that would be the sweetest life. Of course, I would get better all the time, but it would have been the sweetest life. But right now, it's a problem. When you have to work, pay your bills, and do that, it's not easy. It's never easy. Together, just keep working hard and positive attitude. All I want is to win professional debut. Good thing I got a verbal agreement about that fight from the promoter in Croatia, and he told me that this opponent is, stylistically, this opponent suits me. He fits me. I mean, I'm not a good match for him, but for me, he's like fair fight. Not the best opponent, but a fair fight. He's not good on the ground, and I'm jiu-jitsu specialist, so all I need to do is take him down. I know it ain't gonna be easy, but we'll see. Uh, well, I don't plan to keep the fight on the feet. I can tell you that. If I keep the fight on the feet, it's risky because my opponent has never been knocked out or knocked down. He was only losing via TKO, punches on the ground, or via submission. He is actually one tough guy, but he doesn't have good ground game. I mean, stylistically, I'm happy with the choice of the opponent because this is the clash of styles. I'm like fair kickboxer, but I'm generally a BJJ expert. Mm, but this guy has good standing but horrible ground game. In the stand-up, he's better than me, but on the ground, I'm better. It just depends on whether I will or won't be able to take him down. Me via submission or him via knockout. There's no third outcome. I think TKO is pretty unlikely on my end because I'm not too good with ground and pounding. And another problem is the fact that this guy isn't going to give up unless I go for a submission. And the judges, they don't stop the fight like very easily. If he fights back, they will not stop the fight. I only see a submission, any kind of submission. I have many exotic submissions though. Actually, yesterday in the training session, I finished one guy with omoplata and other guy with gogoplata. I have many exotic submissions. I have leg locks. I've got some chokes. For example, Dars and Anaconda are my favorite chokes, but Anaconda is generally my choke number one. I also can do Peruvian neckties. I can do executioner. I'm also very good with calf slicers, believe it or not. I can do many submissions, but I don't know how the situation gonna play out because I don't know what he gonna do. If he gives me back, of course, I'm going for a naked choke. Or I've got many submissions, but I don't know what he gonna do. I even like 2 weeks ago, I finished a guy via Eddie Bravo choke, if you know what that is. I was finishing people via Ruotolotin, via Tarikotin. I can do many submissions, many finishes. The only submission that is not working well for me is buggy choke. I don't know why, but I'm not good with buggy chokes. I'm not flexible enough for that. Anaconda. Favorite choke is Anaconda. Favorite submission should be omoplata or heel hook. Dagi choke. There is Dagestan necktie. There is one Dagestani submission, Dagestan necktie, but I don't know how to do it. I tried few times, but people defend it. I know Chechen twister also. I know three twisters. I know normal twister, I know Chechen twister, and I know Scottish twister. But I was only finishing via normal twister and via Scottish twister. But via Chechen twister, never, because they recognize. That is the problem. My teammates recognize what I plan to do. If I try, for example, Chechen twister, they instantly recognize and slip out. Scottish twister is kind of more difficult to recognize. But I'm a guy with many submissions, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe this guy isn't gonna give me back. Maybe I'll have to do him an Ari roll. Who knows? Nobody knows what's gonna happen. I wish I knew, but nobody knows that. Yeah, I know. Twister is a good choice. I can also do knee bars, I can do ankle locks, Aoki locks, Estima locks. I've got many submissions, but the problem is I don't know how things are gonna play out. The first in UFC to win via Twister. Yes, I know he won via Twister. And that Scottish guy won via Scottish Twister. Ray, what was his name? Ray. Oh, I forgot his name. That Scottish guy. Nina Drama Twister. Ray, I forgot his last name. Yeah, Bryce Mitchell also did one. Nina Drama Twister. I also tried the pillow twister, but it didn't work well for me. Si živ, brat? Evo, spremam se za sutra. Ti? Radio, trenirao i to je to. Ovaj vikend ima se sudi dosta. Top 3 favorite UFC fighters. Of all time, it's Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, and Edson Barboza. Veli or Shevchenko? Hard one to call. I would say Veli. I would say Veli if I must pick a side, but it's hard one to call. Shevchenko keeps getting better still. Think Veli will be too much for her. I say the same. Yeah, Veli will be too much. Why did Dagi break up with his girlfriend? He didn't want to get into a Dagi drama. ah, this one is. Why did Dagi break up with his girlfriend? He didn't want to get into a Dagi drama. Okay, I can picture this. I can picture this. I could actually do this. I might actually record that tomorrow. I'll look for it. I'll probably record that one tomorrow. Really like the jokes you do. I really get a kick out of them. Amazing. Thanks, man. Why did Dougie break up with his girlfriend? He didn't want to get into a Dougie drama. I have to record that tomorrow. That one is hilarious. You got a sense of humor, fella. A very solid sense of humor. No, really, I believe that. What's Dougie's favorite song? Doug is in the water. Yeah, they don't know to swim, the majority of them. What's Dougie's favorite song? Doug is in the water. Yeah, there are no swimming pools in Dagestan because they live in mountains. They don't know to swim. Thinking Dagis. Hey, how are you doing, City, by the way? I think he's been the best doggy of all time. Uh, oof, 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 oof. You might disagree, but I think it's Ankalaev. Magomed Ankalaev. Well, I prefer Zabit Magomed Sharipov. He was my favorite fighter from Dagestan. Zabit Magomed Sharipov, but he didn't reach far. He was having all those problems that you see and didn't play out well. Shall see how the rematch with Pereira goes. Might be the same. I say the same. It's gonna be the same. I see Ankalaev winning a close fight. I just see Ankalaev winning a close fight. And I've got another question. Why are doggies always right? Because they always listen to what their mommy says. Yeah, I assume it's gonna be the same like the last time. Yes. What do you think will headline the UFC event at the White House? Colby. Has to be Colby Covington. I don't know who else would headline it. Nothing else makes sense. Should have only been Colby Covington, I think. I think he's the only guy who could headline something like that. Well, he's a close friend of Trump. Who else could headline something like that? I don't think Trump would let anybody else headline it. I don't think anything else is gonna make sense. Who else could headline it? I see none of it. Masvidal? Mm, not too sure. I don't know. He is a buddy of Trump as well. Kelly Harrison. Yeah, I agree. McGregor. I don't think McGregor returns. No, no, no. McGregor not returning. No. McGregor could fight really well on that card. Yeah, he could fight on that card. Uh, Not sure that fight happening ever, but I would say Makachev. But I don't think that fight would happen. Uh, of 37, I think. So he's older than I thought. Yeah, I think he's 37, 36, something like that. No, he would do as well with the competitors of today. I don't know. Just trying to be, realistic and trying to be on point. Those things. What would be the biggest money fight out there today in the UFC? Today? Not sure which fighter brings the most money. Considering that John Jones probably doesn't want to fight again, and considering that McGregor is out, I don't have an idea to be honest. Maybe Paddy Pimblett. I don't know. Maybe Pimblett or Puri or something like that. Really don't know. Really don't know. Mm, I don't know. Seems like all the big names getting old. Neither of new names is like so popular like McGregor or Nate Diaz or nah. They exploded in popularity, but nobody right now, nobody is getting that popular. No, nobody that popular anymore. Nobody's that popular anymore. Got to agree with that. I just got to agree with that. Nah. Frequent is actually fun for normal guys, but really, really wasn't that great of a matchup. Yeah, that's it. Really wasn't. No, it wouldn't draw much attention. I don't think so. I just don't have a good vibe or a good feeling about it. No, just don't have it. Simply don't have it. Yes, I am, mate. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I was working. Tomorrow I also have to work. Then I'll cover UFC. Tomorrow I'm refing though, not doing construction. Then I'll cover UFC until 3 a.m. Then I'll ref three more matches on Sunday. Yes, it's gonna be a fun weekend. But refing is nicer than construction. I got used to it. Refing is at least busier, like more fun than construction. At least I move, if nothing. Yes, I am ready to sleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. I woke up at 6 a.m. Not that easy to wake up so early. Some days I really don't want to get up. Some days I really don't want to wake up. I'll look for your next video. I recorded this anti-doggy joke and I'll post it probably tomorrow. I'm gonna record it. I have a picture in my phone. Thanks a lot. I'm going to sleep now. Tomorrow I'm covering UFC as I promised. See ya. Thanks. Tomorrow you can check.